are love. Yes, you are. You are love. Every day that you live, every day that you live, you are love. When you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, when you lay your head to rest, lay your head. You are love. You are love. Yeah. We are blessed. Oh, we are blessed. Yeah, we are blessed. Every day that we live, we are blessed. When we wake up in the morning, when we wake up in the morning, when we lay our head to rest, we are blessed. We are blessed. Clap your hands if you believe it. Come on.
Believe you are blessed. You know you are blessed. I have a question. Who told you? Growing up, who told you you were blessed? I'm listening. I'm waiting for answers. Your mother. Bob Marley, yes. The people who tell us, remind us that we are blessed, that we are called, that we are loved. Those are, let's see if I can dismantle this whole thing. Those are the oracles. The oracles in our life. And then for our meditation earlier, we were listening to one of my favorite oracles, Adrienne Marie Brown, a little disappearing act. I love Adrienne Marie Brown. She is an oracle. She speaks to me, cuts through social media, and reminds me who I am. The meditation we did earlier, what I hear from that, whenever I went through that with her, I heard you are connected. You are inextricably connected. My ancestors are speaking to and through me from the past, and I have a future, a brilliant, bright, love-overflowing future that I'm also connected to, that is speaking to me, sending me insight, ideas, innovation, necessary messages. You are connected. Do you believe it? Say, I'm connected. Willing to consider you are connected. I hear that, all right. Audre Lorde, in the reading I did before the prayer, when she says, my silences had not protected me. Your silences will not protect you. I don't hear a threat. I hear her saying with urgency, you matter. Your voice matters. Say, I matter. I want to read one more thing from Audre Lorde. She said, for the master's tools will never dismantle the master's house. They may allow us temporarily to beat him at his own game, but they will never enable us to bring about genuine change, what I call true liberation. And this fact is only threatening to those who still define the master's house as their only source of support. In a world of possibility for all of us, our personal visions help lay the groundwork for political action. In a world, divide and conquer must become define and empower. Folks, I hear Audre Lorde saying clearly, you are powerful. That we have not just the master's tools, the system's tools, but we have more. Something powerful, something otherworldly that we have at our access to change, to bring about genuine change, true liberation. Do you believe that? Who told you? The oracle. The oracles. Fam, these are just a few of my favorite oracles who wake me up. An oracle does not tell you the exact way. The oracle does not save you from the struggle or from the journey itself. The oracle wakes you up by just reminding you something simple. You're powerful. By the way, did you remember you're connected? Have you ever considered that you matter? The oracle is inviting us not forcing us, inviting us into another way of thinking, another paradigm. My question then becomes, inward facing, well then how? How do we get to this land that y'all were meditating on? How do we get to a place where our bodies, all bodies, are valued and celebrated and safe? How do we use not just the master's tools? How do we not stay in the system and expand? How do we go beyond? How do we get liberated? The oracle does not tell you the good news of how they got liberated and in the past tense. The oracle shows you, reminds you, and with their own life, the example of how they are getting liberated, actively getting liberated. One important invite that I've had is to go inward, not to be alone, but to find the source of the infinite supply. What if we each had an infinite supply? What if the system, which wants us to be cut off from our connections, cut off from our truth, cut off from the earth, cut off from ancestors and truer histories and a more true and brilliant and bright future, what if it's because there is power in us? What if it's because there is an infinite something we can tap into? I believe it. And I have found that I'm able to utilize this magic, the capacity to alchemize shame into responsibility, to move scarcity into abundance, fear into healing, neglect into witnessing. That courageous magic happens only when I practice it within myself. Are y'all feeling me? Are you following me? Sweet, fantastic. It's not comfortable to be with messy. It does not feel familiar to sit in chaos, not at first. But the more we practice it, the more that our paradigm of right and wrong turns into, is this serving me and is it not? The more that we sit with what is without judgment and truly practice unconditional love, not passivity, not submission, not let the same old be the same old forever, not let the system continue being in control, but I'm in my power, I can be with what is, and I can see possibilities of another future. I think that's where the magic is. I feel like that's where I have continually found hope, insight, innovation, creativity, a different way of being in the world. I want to make this a little bit more tangible. I recently went and had, I think it's called a fascia massage, where someone works with the energy in your body. And after about 45 minutes, I was conscious but unconscious, and it was fantastic, let me tell you. And I told Amy afterwards, I was like, yo, Amy, that was wild, girl. How do you feel having that much power over people? Excuse me. And she was like, oh, it's really not me. She says it does depend on how much work I'm doing to stay connected, but it also depends on the client and if they're also connecting with their body. But really what I was doing there was I was holding your body. I had trauma in one position, and she said, and I actually held you in it. Instead of going and moving your neck out of it, I was like cocked to the right. Instead of going here, I actually just accepted that you were there and held you and let your nervous system know, I got you. And she said, it's called taking it into the ease. Not to say, oh, well, next should be at the center, or let's actually swing it all the way to the other side. How does it feel to be on the left? Instead, she said, I literally just held you where your body, your nervous system was trying to get you there. I thought of how when we are in trauma, when we are in survival mode, which isn't a crime, that is necessary. I mean, the world's crazy. When that happens, our body's one objective is to survive. And if surviving means holding your head to the right, you're gonna hold it for your life. Now to tell your body, oh, don't worry about it anymore, it's over. I have news for you, bodies don't listen to that. I have spoken to my body, and my body's not what's listening, it's my energy field that could be listening, but bodies really need more support. Getting in there, when Amy was getting in there, she said she felt it was actually something that happened when I was being born. Plot twist. I cannot speak to my body about the birthing canal. That was a while ago. But Amy can. Shout outs to Amy. So she's holding my head, holding it in the ease. And that allowed not her own magic to come and heal my body, but for my own body to go and utilize the energy that was being held, that was captivated to survive, to go and find other ways to be, to cleanse and find other pathways. Are you following me? That it's not Amy, it's not church, it's not dance, it's not a book, it's not the oracle, it's none of those things, and yet we need them to hold us, to take us into the ease so that the magic can happen. You following me? There's something else, but to make space for it, we gotta do the thing, we gotta get in the posture. Okay, I think you're following me. I'm feeling better about this. I basically have a picture, y'all, for my notes, so we're gonna just figure it out. I love it. So taking it into the ease, whenever we practice that, sometimes we can do it by ourselves. I believe the first step is to get proximate. To recognize what's even going on, you have to get close to it. Internally, what does that feeling feel like? What does this mess look like? What's going on? When we are proximate and we are with it, we can then be truly present. Not in the past, oh, I wish. Not in the future, it could have. Not in any other alternative reality, but the present moment. Fully with, yes, that happened 20 years ago and my body still hurts. Yes, they're gone and I still have an aching wound. Yeah, they said that and didn't mean it, but child me heard it and I still feel it. Being with it, getting proximate, and then to truly not judge it. Not is it right? There's no right in this realm. Not is it good? I'm not gonna tell you it feels good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not is it fun? I love doing this. Well, maybe one day if you become like a monk or something. But truly, is this orienting me towards healing? That has become my new compass. Instead of orienting towards rightness, which is a very narrow field and also very inaccurate, let me tell you. Facts change. Like, have y'all noticed that? What was true in elementary school ain't true now. Elementary school different. They're teaching math different, y'all. I'm telling you. Facts change. Be fluid. So with that, then if I'm not orienting towards right and wrong, left and right, there is a way and then there isn't a way. I'm orienting towards healing. I'm orienting towards wholeness. I'm orienting towards fullness, towards the fullest expansion of my life. I'm orienting towards true liberation. I'm orienting towards true peace, true joy. That means I can allow a mess. Oh, that's part of it? All right, I can be with that. This is part of healing? Very well. It's messy still? That's okay. It is what it is. As we practice that muscle, that skill, that is when we are taking it into the ease. And the magic, the something within us is able to find other pathways, possibilities that were closed off, ideas we forgot we had, knowledge we didn't realize we had access to, skills we didn't know we could use. Are you following me? Allow me to use another example from my life. This is actually another body work thing. So interestingly enough, a few years ago, I had one of my first solid, clear experiences with body trauma, where I had, through therapy, worked a lot with psychological things, mental health, and I felt pretty good. I mean, wow, that took a lot of time, a lot of being with, and yet I'm feeling better. And something happened a few years later that threw my body off. My body was back. And I remember my mind saying, but you're fine. And my heart being like, we good, we with God, you know? And my body being like, everything is horrible at like 1,000,000%. And I was shaking and like hot. And I was like, wow, this is just, not ending. Oh my God, this is crazy, And anxious, and it was my body was still going through it. And I remember I spoke with my mother, and I love her. And she was like, Yadenee, what if you know what to do? What if you know what to do? Then, with a daughterly response, I went on a walk in anger. How dare she imply I know what to do? Forever a daughter. As I was walking, I was like, what if this isn't bad? What if I'm really learning how to heal? I said I want to be a minister of healing. What if this is really part of it? What if I really need to understand how the body also has a vital piece in this healing work? What if this isn't bad? What if I didn't mess up? What if this isn't proof that I haven't actually worked on myself all these years? What if this isn't a royal gotcha from the universe? All those little things that were holding me in the anxious survival place, I went in and said, what if it is what it is? My brain chemistry was still crap, y'all. I want to be very clear. But I was able to then invite compassion, curiosity. And out of nowhere, I had the idea, acupuncture. I never tried acupuncture. That feels like a very body-like thing. And went and learned a lot about acupuncture, met a great person. They were my acupuncturist a few times and learned so much. And that dove me into body trauma, body work, the effects of our bodies in our healing process. It was an incredible invitation into what I really want to do, which is orient towards healing. Are y'all following me? So I'm not saying things come to you just to punch you up because you're supposed to learn through pain. I'm saying pain is a fantastic opportunity to heal. It's real hard, let me tell you. It's real hard to heal when you don't know nothing's wrong. It's real hard to heal when you numb. I'm not saying it's fun. I'm not saying yay for pain, except at some point, I'm like, whoa, thank you. I find the invitation. I find the invitation. So how do we do it? We get proximate. We're present with it. And then the possibilities can come because we're practicing taking it into the ease. Now, instead of just waiting for the next time we just are flat on our face, I highly recommend we do posture practices. Right now, you are already practicing your postures. You are already practicing the way you orient yourself in your relationships, your life, your work, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to the divine. If you believe in a divine, if you experience a relationship with the universe, your relationship to the earth, you're already practicing all of those things because you are alive. The invitation is for you to consciously practice it, maybe 10 minutes a day, maybe 10 minutes a week. Maybe you don't even time it. Whenever we do things where we are intentionally putting ourselves into the ease, we are strengthening that muscle, that ability to be with the icky, the yucky, the scary, the intensity of brain chemistry, body chemistry, telling us everything in our evolutionary history to run and get out, fight, flight, freeze, and collapse. When we are able to really practice ease, it doesn't hurt to then imagine possibilities. Are you really following me? I'm saying there's like actual hope, fam. Like, do you feel the hope? Okay, I believe you. So when we practice it, I have one more example I would like to share. I recently remembered I was raised evangelical Christian, and so I learned a lot of Bible stories. And I was actually called, this is all about Yadenee, I was called Bible Girl. Did you know, David? I was called Bible Girl in my Sunday school because I don't know why, but I remembered a lot of stories. So one of the stories I remembered recently, haven't thought of it in years, is the story of the prophet Elijah, who was called to go to a different town. And basically, I'm going to tell you the Yadenee style. Basically, the universe is like, yo, my dude, I want you to go in this direction. You're going to find a person who's like real good at cooking. They're going to give you a meal. And he's like, bet. So he goes. Whenever he's there, he finds a person who's gathering like sticks for like clearly gonna make food. And he's like, yo, my lady, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day, lovely weather. Could you give me some water? And she's like, no props, I got you. And then he's like, could I have some bread too? And she's like, dude, here's the situation. This system got me so tired. Dried me up, son. I'm about empty, all right? I got a handful, if that, of flour. I've got some drops, if that, of oil. And I was about to just, honestly, I was going to make what little I have left of me, I was going to give to my son and myself and just die. Just because there's nothing left, my dear. And he said, all right, I hear you. I hear empathy. Good job, Elijah. I hear you. And the network of life, which I call God, the network of life told me you gonna give me a snack. So could you please still give me a little bit of bread and then also just a little bit. And then the little bit that's left for your son and you, everyone eats. And then we gonna die, you know? What? How about that? And she says, I mean, what's the difference, okay? So she goes and she makes it and she brings it back. And, excuse me, whenever he eats, he has a message. The network of life tells him, tell this widow that her flour and her oil will never run dry. And he does. And for a while he stays there and it doesn't. I'm imagining that what if, when the system got us so dry, so empty, as we're feeding our life force, our energy, our ideas, our beauty, our innovation, our truth into the system, into the machine that is profit-centered, not people-centered, that is all about a building, not necessarily about the relationships, that is about an idea instead of the people and life. What if when that system got us so dry, so empty, the universe says, the network of life says, give me just a little in the service of life? What if you give just a little of what you got left for the service of life? And when you do, you will actually tap into the infinite refilling capacity you have inside of yourself to expand fully. Whoa! Whoa! What if that's the alchemy that is within us? I would propose it is. That it is whenever I am giving my ideas, my beauty, my truth, my innovation, my creativity shamelessly to the network of life in service of something greater, not just greater like the system, greater like life, like bigger than we can imagine. What if to that, to the dream that we had in our meditation, what if when I do that, the thing within me, that juice, that magic, doesn't actually run out? It's still there. There's more, and then more, and then more, and then more. And what if abundance is actually a law of the universe? Come on. What if interconnectedness is a law of the universe? What if connection is inextricably like part of the system, and the fact that we've been told otherwise, the fact that we've been taught and trained to be separate, to have othering, to have scarcity, that's the ruse, y'all. I have some news for you. I saw Matrix for the first time yesterday. I would like to state that while I despise action, and for me, even 80s action or 90s action is action, but y'all, it's already been explained. Why are we confused? In all gratitude, the system, the system, for real, doesn't want you to know you are the chosen one. Not just that white boy, I forgot his name, but all of us, each of y'all is the chosen one. The oracle already called it out. Say, I'm the chosen one. Hey, I think I'm the chosen one. I think I just heard I'm the chosen one. Look at somebody and say, I think you chosen too. I think we all chosen. We need each of us. Are you feeling that? This magic, this overflowing capacity to break the system, to change and expand paradigms is within you. It's not something you go out and find. It's something that's inside of you. Oh, that's the lie. That's the illusion that told you it was outside of you. Come on. That's what I say to myself now in my head when it says, oh, you're not qualified. Oh, I don't know if you actually should do that. Do you think you're ready? I don't think they actually like you like that. Whatever it is, your inherent worth and dignity, oh, I'm not sure about that. I say, come on. Not again, silly goose. That's not how we play here. We are full from within. Come on, brain, it's okay. Come on the journey. That was definitely a not funny one, but you can stay on the journey, right? I'm not like combative with my brain anymore. I'm not combative with the system because that's using the master's tools. Where is it, Audrey? That is using the master's tools for the master's game. And so maybe you could temporarily beat your brain. Temporarily, you could change the system. Temporarily, you could hold it off. But then you're still locked into the system where you have to use its tools, where you still have to be playing by its rules. And let me tell you, it keeps changing its rules. Thumbs down. Y'all know those family game nights? That person who always changes the rules? Not cool. That's the system. You can tell them that. Reverend Yadenee said, you're the system. And that actually I have infinite power. Okay, never mind. Instead, we go beyond the system's tools, which is just to fight, to combat, to go against, to resist. And instead, we transcend. Seeking God, seeking this infinite source within ourselves is not actually a fight. It's, oh, what did Amy say? Taking it into the ease. If I could reference The Matrix just once more, it's whenever the main person, who I do not remember their name, whenever he first wakes up, it's like he's still dodging things. He's still having a fight. He's working really hard. Let me actually get out here, talk to y'all. He's working. He's like, oh my God, it's so hard. And then at one point, this child who's meditating is like, it's not the spoon. Don't think of the spoon, and you'll realize it's all fake. You're bending yourself. Child prodigy. What is relatable to us in the here and now, you can also meditate with spoons, but what I'm encouraging us is that when you get out of the box that it is against you, that it is finite, that it is stuck, that it is stagnant, and you actually tap into the vibration of love overflowing, the vibration and the frequency of there is an expansion, there's abundance, there's interbeing, there's mutuality. When you go into that space, you realize that it's all changing. Octavia Butler said, everything you touch, you change. Everything you change changes you. There is only one truth, that God is change. It's all moving. It's an illusion that it's stagnant. I remember one more thing, and then we're going to be done for reals. I remember we were learning about matter in the 5th grade, and our 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Johnson's, shout out to her, she took us outside to practice what it was to be gas. And she said, fill up space. And so we're all running in circles. We're like, yeah, we're in the 5th grade. This is amazing. And then she says, all right, now we're liquids. Here's your container. And so we're still moving around because we're all little atoms. But we still have a container. And then she says, and now we're going to be something solid. And we got into a tighter container, and she said, keep moving. And I said, Mrs. Johnson, rocks don't move. And she said, no, the atoms are still moving. Y'all, that blew my mind. I'm still thinking about it, many years removed. It's all moving. The illusion is that it's stagnant. That's what the kid's talking about with it's just a spoon, British kid. So in this paradigm, in this reality,
Go see The Matrix.
that's what it basically. Go see The Matrix. Find Mrs. Johnson if you can. Read Octavia Butler. What more can I give you? We are shaping change. Change is happening. It's inevitable. You're already practicing postures. The invitation is to do it aware. Do it consciously. Do it mindful. Do it oriented intentionally towards healing, towards wholeness, towards love, towards liberation. That's the invitation. It's not, oh, you can become a superhero. Yeah, superheroes, thumbs down. Oracles, all the way up. Oracles are reminding us we're each chosen. Thank you, kiddo, with the thumbs down. That was great. Find the oracles in your life to remind you when you feel lost, when you feel you're in a cage, when you feel you are stuck, when you feel you are empty and dry, like that widow was. Find the oracles that remind you you are connected, you are powerful, you matter, and then practice getting proximate, getting present, and then allow the possibilities to come through. May it be so.
Make us aware, our sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through. With thanksgiving, we are a living sanctuary anew. Let's sing that. Make us aware, our sanctuary, each made whole. sanctuary anew.
Hey, we're so happy you're visiting with us online today. We love connecting with people all across the country and around the world, sharing our powerful message of love beyond belief.
There's something new happening here. You can now join All Souls as a virtual member. Our virtual membership is designed for friends who live outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and who want to engage with All Souls in a meaningful way.
You can be part of an expanding family, a global family really, wherever you are. If you live in Oklahoma,
Ohio,
or Orange County, California,
Canada,
or Cameroon. By becoming a virtual member, you'll be able to deepen your connections with members and friends here in Tulsa and with members wherever you are.
Each week, you'll receive special All Souls content tailored for you, our virtual members. Virtual members have access to pastoral care, to personal prayers, and also receive invitations to exclusive web events.
You can learn more, and if you're ready, you can become a virtual member today by visiting allsoulschurch.org/virtual membership.
We're grateful our ministries are having a positive impact on your life, and we want to share the good news of love beyond belief with more and more people. So no matter what, we need your support to keep this ministry growing and thriving, so please consider making a gift today. You can do so by texting
LOVEBB for Love Beyond Belief to 73256 or simply visit our website. You are a blessing in our lives. May you be blessed
and be a blessing.